Well, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for starting your weekend with us here on 13 Sunrise. I'm Matthew Foltz alongside Rob Ellis, who is in for Lindsay Monroe this weekend. Hope you guys had a great week. Hopefully the work week was all smooth and you can just relax this weekend and get ready, because if you're ready for the spring, Rob,
I'm ready for the melt.
coming.
I mean, the big thaw, that's what I'm ready for.
Yeah.
Ready to get rid of all of the snow and the ice and the piles of snow that's been pushed and everything, and the salt. I'm ready to be done with it.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see temperatures really warm up quickly. Maybe not so much today, but over the next couple of days. Today's kind of the transitional day, and the transitional days sometimes take a little bit of time to get us up to speed. We're currently sitting at 17. That's an improvement from where we started this morning. Some locations are moving into the 20s, so we are moving in a positive direction. But the most important aspect of this graphic is not necessarily these numbers. It's very subtle, but see these little small lines? These are our little wind contours here, showing us that winds are out of the south and west. They're light for now, but that's really what's going to help to warm us up. The southwest winds bringing in the warmer air, and already many of these locations are almost 10 degrees, maybe 12 degrees warmer than where they were yesterday at this time. So the warm-up has begun. Once that wind really kicks in is when we'll see the temperatures begin to soar. There's a little bit of something showing up on radar. Most of this is not reaching the ground, but it's going to at least bring us some cloud cover, especially south of Indy. And don't be surprised if you see a flurry or a stray snowflake as this moves on by. Again, notice it's not very large. It's a quick little system that should move on by, and then we'll see some sunshine return for the second half of the day. I think you'll even see some sunshine. Some of you north of Indy have almost wall-to-wall sunshine. But for the rest, the vast majority, let's call it more sunshine in the second half of the day than what you're dealing with right now. Temperatures today make it up to 34, the first time we've been above freezing in 6 days. And then we'll stay above freezing each and every day, at least during the afternoon. So we won't do that tonight. Tonight we go back down to 20, mostly clear skies, still a light southwest wind there. Watch for a little bit of patchy fog. That could be possible. Mostly clear skies for Sunday, a high of 42. Now I know I gave you away the whole weekend forecast, but don't worry, the big details are in just how warm those temperatures will go. That new model data I just looked at, I'm analyzing that. I'm going to show you that here coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then, Rob. Let's get right to some breaking news we've been following from 6 this morning on the city's northeast side. Right now, crash scene investigators are looking into a pedestrian being killed on North Shaylin Avenue and East 65th Street. When police got to the scene, they found a person who was dead. IMPD says the driver did stay on scene and is cooperating with investigators. At last check, police say North Shaylin, the northbound lanes, will be closed for several hours, so just keep that in mind as you head out on your morning commute. New this morning, we know one person is dead after an overnight crash in downtown Indy. Police say just before 3:30 this morning, officers were called to a crash on McCartney Street and Madison Avenue. That's where officers found a victim in at least one of the vehicles. 2 other people were taken to the hospital. Right now, we're still working to find out their conditions as well as how many vehicles were involved and what may have led up to this crash. Of course, as soon as we learn more information from police, we'll be sure to pass that along to you. This morning, we are getting a look at edited police body camera video of 2 separate shootings involving IMPD officers. The first happened last year on Warman Avenue near Washington and South Tibbs. IMPD says they were called to the area on a shooting back in December. Officers say they spotted the suspect while they were helping a woman who was shot. He was 40-year-old Alian Antunes. IMPD says he fired shots as officers approached him. Take a look.
Again, we're last seen northbound.
Please put the gun down! Put the gun down!
Now, at this point of the video, officers got out of their cars and ran after Antunes. Police say he had a gun and a machete. This footage you see right here shows the suspect yelling as he ran toward police.
Here's the machete.
Now that footage shows officers firing their weapons again after they say Antunes reached for his weapons while he was on the ground. He later died at the hospital. Now we want to take a look at the second edited video released by Metro Police. This deadly shooting also happened in December near the Brookville Road and 465. Police responded to reports of a crash and a man also armed with a machete. Now, this edited video that you see right here on your screen by IMPD appears to show a man holding a long knife. Police say the officer got out of the car and the man quickly moved toward the officer before he shot at the suspect.
Hey, drop the machete. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it.
Investigators say the suspect initially rammed into another car and attacked a woman in the car with a machete before police arrived. A witness told police that the suspect said they were about to watch a, quote, suicide by cop. Now, right now, both of these police shootings are being investigated by the Critical Incident Response Team. They'll also be looked at by the Use of Force Review Board. Also new this morning out of Northwest Indiana, police in Lake Station are now investigating after 5 people were found dead during a welfare check. Lake Station is near Portage. Our affiliate station WMAQ reports police were called out to a community there and found 5 people dead inside one of the homes. Now, right now, police are not sure exactly what led up to their deaths, but police believe this is an isolated incident and that there's no threat to the public. Investigators are now asking anyone with information to give them a call. Right now, investigators are working to find out what exactly caused this house that you see on your screen to catch fire for a 3rd time in just 3 months. It happened around 1 o'clock yesterday on the city's southwest side near Belmont and Kentucky Avenue. IFD tells 13 News that 2 people were inside the home but got out safely. The fire was extensive, burning the home to the ground, and we're still working to find out what exactly caused all 3 of these fires at this location. Time is now 9:06. This morning, community leaders are taking a stand for the future of education. Our Alex Almanza shows us how they're now focused on empowering the next generation despite what they call growing threats to state and national policies.
Under twinkling bulbs and flashing lights, there's some serious discussion to be had.
We're losing them, and enough is enough.
Tough conversations about the people that will be the next leaders in our community.
At every level, education is under assault.
The Interdenominational Ministerial Alliance bringing together community leaders, educators, and city officials to advocate for Black and minority education, a mission to promote education for marginalized youth.
We're fighting about who's going to sit in the captain's chair on the Titanic. The ship is going down. Let's save the ship.
IMA's president, Dr. Lionel Rush, calling on support from the community to continue fighting against educational injustice.
We believe that this is our house. We believe we should have a key, but we've been excluded, so we're going to knock on the door.
You may remember last month, Dr. Rush and other leaders knocked on Governor Braun's office door, upset about the governor's budget proposal that does not include $5 million for Martin University, money that was part of the last budget. The governor's office telling 13 News that last year's budget that included funding for Martin University was a one-time deal.
Thanks for coming in here. I'm going to get a meeting scheduled for as long as you'd want to talk about the issues.
We'll accept scheduling a meeting with you.
Thursday evening, Dr. Rush and Mayor Joe Hogsett meeting to tackle the big picture, starting with what can be done here in Indianapolis.
All of those things go into the city's commitment to working alongside the private sector, the council, in bringing better opportunity for our young people.
Opportunities that leaders say require help from the community.
You can't have the messianic complex, so we got to get out here and do it together.
In Indianapolis, Alex Almanza, 13 News.